Well, paper engineer fans, nice to see you. I'm doing a little bit more tutorial for you all, and this is on the A-10 Warthog. But toenail clippers come in really handy for cutting wire and for cutting little bits of paper that you can't get anything into. But they also have another purpose. Anyone that's in the sheet metal industry knows about a brake. All right, now what a brake is where you put metal into it and you bend it, which is actually breaking the metal. Stretches it, does all kinds of stuff. I've been asked, how do I straighten my paper clips? Well, the easiest way is you can stick them into the jaws of toenail clippers and then squeeze it down. What that does is that locks that paper clip into the break point of this. All right, now I've started working it. It straightened out really nicely. Then you open it up a little bit and you just stick it back inside here. You squeeze it down tight. It becomes locked in place. And then you just use your thumbnail and your finger and you just work it around like so. And then you just take it out of there and you take all the little curves and stuff out of it. And what you end up with is a paper clip that is fairly well straightened out. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I have got, let's see this. See this tail section and the engine section and the wings. They're all done the same way, except the wire that I put in the tail section is actually malleable copper wire, right? Because it's such a small application. You want to be able to take a little pair of these and squish it so that you can glue the paper onto it, so when you put the wing on, the wing is actually held together with wire so that the wing won't come off. That's the same way with the engines and the wings. This is the wing mount. Doesn't have to be perfect in any way, shape, or form, because all it is doing is holding the paper in place so that you can build onto it. Now, where's the other one I've got going? Right here. All right, now, these turbines have to go on and be solid so that they won't come off. Well, the best way to do that is, as you're gluing it on, you need to glue on a piece of paper around it like this. And so that's what I'm getting ready to do right now, is the next stage of this build process. I just put some glue in there. These, I tell you what, these dental tools have come in enormously handy for my builds. And it's one of those kind of things that I never had any idea how well they were going to work. And the reason they work so good is they're small, stainless steel, heavy stainless wire, all right, pointed. And so that also means that you can poke holes and stuff real easy with them. And so now we take this paper that I put glue on both sides of this, and I'm just working it around. And now I take this dental tool, all right, because you can't get your fingers inside here. And so this is going to go in there and just push it down into place. All right, that's what it's doing. I'm putting it into place like that. And so this then becomes a stronger piece, because now you've got it bridged. I shouldn't say bridged, I should say reinforced with a gusset all the way around the engine, so it won't just pop off. Now, this is still drying, as you can see. Once this is dry and solid, then I'll take and I will glue these little pieces of paper onto here, because it won't glue well to wire. But with paper on the top and the bottom of the wire, Then when I start building the wing, like I did here, onto this, it is going to be very, very strong, so that you don't have to worry about it, all right, coming off. If you don't build this way, your toys will just fall apart. But the thing is, it's paper. You can glue it right back on. And so Elmer's glue and PVA glue is kind of an important deal when it comes to building this stuff. So now I have these, all right, and these are actually dry. So what I know is this piece, and you can't really see it. Well, you can kind of see it. This is swelled up in here because I'm gluing paper around. All right, now this is 3/8 of an inch, 3/16, no, 5/16, no, 3/8. So a 3/8 inch piece is what I've got to do on the top and the bottom of this. What that does is that gives me the strength of additional paper, so that once I start mounting the wings into place, they will stay on here the way I want them to, and they won't come off. All right? I don't care what you do with this. These toys are extremely durable because they're paper acrylic paint and Elmer's glue. All right? If you're in Europe, it's PVA. Here, Elmer's. These are all building techniques that I've taught myself how to do, so that the toys that I build will last for years, literally years, maybe hundreds of years. The acrylic paint makes them so that they are water resistant. They're not waterproof because any little hole that you have in here, water will get into it. But they are water resistant. In other words, you can play with them in the rain, take them home, shake them off, and set them somewhere where they'll dry. And they'll be absolutely fine. So if you want toys that you can play with, any kind of toy at all, go to my YouTube site, The Paper Engineer. Learn this. You can make amazing toys. Literally anything you can think of, you can build. And so anyway, it's one of those kind of fantastic things that I think this hobby is. First off, it's economical. It's all recycled paper out of your kitchen. And I build, as you can see, where is it? Oh, here it is. All right. I use the cardstock. Cardboard won't work. Cardstock will. And it's plentiful. If you got instant rice boxes, those work. Cereal boxes work. And so, in junk mail, all right, I use junk mail to make all the little things. Like wrapping up the paper on these turbines, it was junk mail. And so now I'm at this point where I need to just have some paper. All right, and I already measured it. I know it's 3/8. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this here mechanical pencil. They come in darn handy. All right, that's 3/8. And go down here and mark another 3/8. So I've got my length is proper. And I think it is, what is that? That is half. I don't know. I think it's a half. Yeah, we're going to pretty much do a 1/2 inch. So now that I've got these 3/8 pieces, now I have to cut halves. Because so I need two per wing, so I need 4 1/2-inch pieces for the for this wing to go on. Well, I also need them. Yeah, I need 8 of them because I'm doing 2. All right, so I just better mark these out as well. Because once you start getting ready to cut stuff, you might as well cut everything you need all at once. Alright, so now that I've got that, I go ahead and I cut my straight line out. And these do not have to be perfect. but having them very close to perfect makes the application of the build process a lot better. And so that's garbage. Now, I've got, I need 8 of these. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I have all of those. And something that I know I did before, and I'm going to have to do that, but the video is almost over. What I do is I have this. This is paper towel. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it, glue it, and wrap it around this metal. That lets me have a better glue point for these wing mounts, because these have to be extremely strong and they can't come off. So you have to have this glue, and paper towel gets down inside this hollow spot, so that once you put these pieces on, they glue right to that. And by gluing right to that, what you end up doing is you make a super strong structure so that your toys don't come apart. And so anyway, let's do this. All right, so I don't need much of this. It's just a thin piece. And now the nice thing about paper towel is you can just separate this paper towel just like this. Now I have a left side and a right side. Okay, and to get this to work right, all I need to do is slather on some of this Elmer's glue on here like so. All right, keep my fingers clean. So what I'm doing right now is I have got this started. I just push it into place, move this over just like that, and I glue that down. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some more glue on here just like this. And I'm going to clean some of it off because there's too much there. And so I just put it over onto the other side. And now we just go around it like that and around it like that. And so what this is doing is, this is layering it up. Now it's very important to layer paper up in this fashion, because what it's doing is it is going to dry and it becomes cement. And that is the important thing about my builds. I build them strong. And that's the way, you know, I was told always, buy the best tools. All right, because they're strong and they do good. All right, well, it goes with anything. If you do your best on something and it's not good enough, do some more. Because eventually you're going to get your best work. But it does. It takes time. And so, you know, today, McDonald's society and video games and everything that you've got to work with is speed. Quick, get it done, quick. Well, that's fine and dandy for some things, but not everything can be done fast. Some things take time, and as the time goes along, it gets better with age, kind of like a fine wine. All right, it's like my toys. Some of them are starting to discolor because of time. Touching, you know, them, it puts a little oil in the acrylic paint, which changes the tone just a touch. And so over years, everything you make looks better, well, except for something like Patch that the guys blew up in the game. But you get better as you do more. All right, this was my very first piece. Doesn't look as good as this Falcon does, because I learned more, I got better at what I did. And so, oh, and they're tough, let me tell you. I drop these all the time. They do not break. And so, now I have one side done, and I have to do the other. So, thank you, YouTubers. Salute. Welcome to my show. I hope you get a chance to share me with others. Take care.